What's up, everybody? Welcome back to After the Huddle. As always, it's me, your boy Jacob. Jordy to my left right now. Devin was having some complications, so he should be here real shortly. But welcome back. We took a little break, uh, trying to get some things together. Got a lot going on, but it's good to be back. It's good to talk football again. OTAs
Yeah.
are already done. You still got trades coming through. Uh, Minka Fitzpatrick headed back to Miami. Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith going to Pittsburgh. Kind of, we had talked. Me and Jared had talked off screen about this literally a couple weeks ago. Said because there was a lot of talk that it was possibly a thing that was going to happen. I didn't know Jonnu Smith was also going to be a part of that deal, and I damn sure didn't know Minka Fitzpatrick was going to be heading
Yeah.
back to
Well,
Miami.
a lot of people didn't think Minka was.
Oh, appreciate that, Donald.
Thank you, Johnny.
Appreciate that, Donnie. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back on the show. I miss doing this. Uh,
I
we
mean,
already
we got the Hall of Fame game at the end of this month.
already got shit popping up with Eagles. I'm tired of it. Eagles or go home is crazy work, bruh. Eagles or go home is crazy work. Oh, there he is. My guy. What is up, Dev?
What's good, y'all?
What's up, dog? What's up?
What's up, man? Oh, no, I like the hat. Oh, I noticed where the hat is from. I noticed where the
Oh
hat is
yeah,
from.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. My dad was like, "Where'd you get the hat from?" I was like, "Oh, free hat that I got at the Super Bowl experience." He's like, "Oh,"
Yeah,
I'm like, "Yeah, but it's a free hat. Hell yeah, I'm gonna wear it."
fucking right.
But nah, it's good. It's great to be back, man. Missed this. We got a full show tonight. We're gonna speak on the NFC North because toughest division. We're gonna give our predictions on how we believe it's gonna go 1 through 4. Um, we're gonna talk a little bit more about this Jalen Ramsey, Mika Fitzpatrick trade. We're gonna give you a list of the top 5 QBs that we have for going into fantasy next year. Not just in the league, fantasy wise. And then we'll probably end tonight talking about who we believe, because we're gonna be talking about who the best division is. We're gonna also gonna talk about who we believe the worst division is going to be. So that'll be a little bit later in the show. But welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. How you been, Dev?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just living, working, living.
Mhm.
Aren't
You
we
know?
all?
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Uh, we're talking a
We
little bit
made it.
about this.
At least we
What
made
was
that
saying?
at June Alive.
Oh
What was
yeah,
that
well,
again?
yeah,
So at least we made it out of June Alive. The way June has been
yeah,
Oh,
going for the
mm,
last
yeah,
for all of
yeah.
us.
Juice. So, we were talking a little bit about this, Dev. Jaden Ramsey and Jonnu Smith heading to the Steelers. Now, who do you believe won that trade? Um, you have you have Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith going to Pittsburgh along with a seventh round, 2027 seventh round pick, and then Minka Fitzpatrick and a 2027 fifth round pick headed to the Dolphins.
the Steelers won that.
Who you think is the number 1 pick in the draft next year, too? Well, we talked a little bit about that. We could probably fit that in maybe a little bit towards the
Maybe
end.
maybe a little bit later.
Yeah, we probably fit that in before we talk about the worst division. Yeah, I believe it's kind of a fair trade. Jalen Ramsey's getting up there a little bit in age. Uh, Jared had mentioned that it's also possible that he could do something of a Charles Woodson type thing, play cornerback until he gets to a certain age where
Well,
his, excuse me, abilities kind of, yeah, yeah, he could be moving towards that safety spot, and man, he'd be dangerous as a safety too.
yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind he'd be dangerous as a safety.
Hmm.
Um, but I do believe it is a fair trade. Uh, I do like the Steelers doing it, but man, we saw what Aaron Rodgers has been like. You know, we saw last year what it was like. Now, do you believe with Mike Tomlin? Yeah, you know, you get DK. I was surprised they traded Pickens away. I thought that would have been a great tandem of DK and uh Aaron Rodgers and you got DK Metcalf and what was his name? Dang it, George Pickens. Uh, then you had who they pick up because I know Najee is Jalen Warren going to be their starting running back now.
Jalen Warren is a starting running back right now, but
Yeah,
somebody had mentioned it. I don't remember who it was, but they were saying the whole reason they traded Pickens is like his personality and Aaron Rodgers' personality was not going to mesh very well.
that makes sense. That, that
Makes
that does make
makes a lot of
sense.
sense.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I like the moves. I do like the moves that they made, that Steelers are making, but I still don't believe in their offensive line. And now you got 40-something-year-old Aaron Rodgers, 2 years removed from an Achilles tear.
Yeah, it's everybody on that team's over 30 now.
That's crazy, bro. That's
Like
wild.
Rogers is like you said 40. I think TJ is like pushing 30 or he's 31 right now. Minka's gone, but Minka's like up kind of like 30ish. Exactly.
Yeah, it's way too many old guys.
And that division's already called the black and blue division right now as it is. So a lot of people probably get beat up on that team.
That's a tough division, bro. That's also a tough division. I mean, outside of the Browns, I mean, how competitive the Browns are going to be. They might be the number one pick next year.
Yeah.
Not who I think is going to be the number one pick, but they could be. Uh, but I do like this trade for the Steelers. I think if they could just get some assurance on that offensive line, I would feel better about it, and I would feel like, hey, we have a chance this year. We can give Rodgers some time. You got DK. You got that Austin kid. I thought he was pretty good last year. Uh, Still got what's his name from Michigan that they picked up in the draft a couple of years ago. We were talking about Roman Wilson. Yeah, there we go. So they got some kind of weapons over there, but I don't know. I would have liked to seen that DK and George Pickens combo stay a little bit longer.
Yeah.
At least try it. You know what I mean? Like you didn't even try it. You just automatically assumed, hey, these two guys aren't gonna mesh well. You didn't
I
even try it.
mean, I mean, look at the flip side. CD and Pickens. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Like, look at the flip side. Yeah, we wanted to see DK and Pickens, but I mean, look at the CD and Pickens.
I mean, we were so close to having the crash out twins in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that would have been amazing. It would have been like the dudes from the Mighty Ducks movies. But all right, well, let's get a little bit into this. I wanted to talk NFC North this week. In my personal opinion, toughest division going into next season. Not only is it the toughest division, but all four teams are top 10 in strength of schedule, meaning they all have top 10 hardest strength of schedules. So it's really, if you can come out of this division with these kind of schedules, it is I have a feeling that they're going to at least make it to the championship game. Whoever wins this division is going to make it to the championship game. Just because of how tough the road is going into this season. Solid tight end room, like 12 personnel. Yeah, Pittsburgh, yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Will?
Yeah, what's up, Will? Appreciate you joining, man.
Will is part of the people that run the Mach 10 group that I got the Caitlin card from.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. PSA tripping. Yeah, you don't want to talk about that PSA
Oh,
tripping though.
Yeah, but I got a fucking 8.
Yeah, they gave that Kalen Carr an 8, bro. Couldn't believe it. I was like, that's at least a 9. That's at least a 9,
Yeah,
easily.
yeah. Well, I didn't put it in the group, but I got that car got an 8.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Tragic, dog.
Yeah, I was hot for him. I was like, bro, there's no way that was an 8. Like, it looked like a great card. Like, I didn't see no imperfections with it.
And you know,
That's exactly what we talked about.
Yeah,
that's exactly what we talked about.
The same thing. They're like, crack it, resubmit it.
Yeah. That's what we thought last year. Lions and Vikings both listed in the playoffs. Yeah, but they didn't have the schedule that they have now. Like bro. So we're gonna go over a little bit, but just off the basis of like how it's like they have to play the NFC East this year and the AFC North. So that is Giants, Cowboys, Eagles, Washington Commanders, and then you got Bengals, Pittsburgh, Ravens, Browns.
Yep.
That's just 8 right there. That's not even including your own division. And most of the teams in this division got better. Maybe a lot of people say that the Lions got a little bit worse because they lost the coaching, but they still have the personnel.
Yeah.
And getting something a little bit back with Hutchinson.
And you gonna sit there and tell me that Dan? Yeah, you got all these people coming back from injury.
Right.
You got to hope they can stay healthy.
Yeah.
But I think that's what everybody. Yeah, I didn't think they got worse either. I didn't think they got worse either.
For our dynasty team, we need Laporta to step up.
Facts. Definitely need. Facts. Definitely need to step up from him, especially if that rookie year that he had was great. And I'm pretty sure, like I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Dan Campbell picked up some things from Ben Johnson. Everything that went with Ben Johnson and what was the defensive coordinator?
Terrell Williams, I believe.
No, not Terrell Williams.
No, Dennis Allen.
No, not Dennis Allen.
Wait.
Who was the defensive coordinator for the Lions?
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. Thank you.
Okay.
Aaron Glenn. Yeah,
I thought you meant who they picked up as the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that Dan Campbell picked up things from these guys. Like, they have a great roster.
Yeah.
When you have a great roster, you just need competent coaching. You don't need great coaching, just competent coaching.
They also lost their D-line coach. He went to New England.
Yeah. They did lose a lot of coaching, but they didn't lose a lot of players, and that's what's key.
I know Ben Johnson, I think, took a wide receiver with him, but I think he didn't really play, but still.
But okay, well let's talk a little bit about the Lions. Lions' strength of schedule this year is .571. That's 57% win percentage of the teams altogether that they're facing from last season. That's tied second hardest in the NFL. Quick, does anybody know who has the hardest schedule this year? The New York Football fucking Giants.
I was about to say, isn't it the Giants first?
Yeah, it's the fucking Giants, bro. We have the hardest schedule this year. Unbelievable. But here, so they have to play. Think about all the division games for the Lions. Okay, then this is the first 3 weeks of the season. You're at Packers, home against the Bears, at Baltimore. Oh my God! And then week 5 at Bengals, week 6 at Kansas City. Oh my God, bro! Their schedule first 6 weeks is ridiculous. Packers, home against Bears, at Baltimore, at Bengals, at Kansas City. Oh my God, that's unbelievable.
That Baltimore game is good.
Yeah, then they have to play at Philly, at Washington this year. Week 15 at Los Angeles Rams, and then they end the year at Chicago.
They definitely got a playoff schedule.
Oh my God, bro! They are going crazy, yo, Johnny.
Johnny, you gotta chill, dog. You gotta chill out.
Eagles. This isn't a Twitch chat, dog. But yeah, man, the Lions' schedule this year is crazy. Uh, what are y'all thinking? Do y'all think they get? I think they had. I think Vegas had their win total. I think it was 11 and a half, over under 11 and a half. Do y'all think they go over or under that?
It's 11 and a half.
I believe so. I can check real quick. But just for the sake of arguing, what do y'all think it is? Like would y'all think they get over 11 wins or under 11 wins?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Just
That's a good
to,
question.
to stay within that division and well,
Within one first and second, they got to at least get 11 wins.
Let's see.
what I'm saying.
Lions win total for this year is 10 and a half. Over
10 and
under
a
10 and
half?
a over under 10 and a half.
I'll go over.
Over. Yeah.
Y'all think that's an over?
Yeah.
11 and a half is kind of pushing it. But I'll
But
go.
10 but you think they could win 11 games.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
11, yeah.
Yeah, I like that over also. But tough schedule. Tough schedule this year for them. Like I said, all these away games. The Lions and the Bears got screwed because they got these really hard games on the road, and those same teams that they play from because of the division, they have to play the Packers and the Vikings get them at home. So Bears and Lions play Cincinnati, Baltimore, Philly, Washington. The Packers and the Lions play home against the Bengals, home against the Eagles, home against the Ravens, home against Washington. So they definitely got it. The short end of the stick when it came to the scheduling. What do y'all think? What do y'all think the record for the Lions is going to be?
Whatever 11 and how many losses it'll be.
That'd be 11
11.
and 6.
6.
Yeah.
11 and 6.
Yeah, I agree with Devin.
I'll be honest. I kind of think they go 12 and 5. I know they got a
Right
tough.
there.
Yeah, see, yeah, Donnie thinks the same thing. That they're a tough. They're still going to be a tough team.
Yeah.
You know, they won 14 last year. I think Ben Johnson and them losing them going to count for 2 games. I don't think it'll be much more than that. Ben Johnson is a good coach. Nobody's denying that, but I don't think it's going to backslide them to the point where they only win like 9 to 10 games.
Right. Unless somebody, major gets hurt.
Exactly. Which they dealt with injuries last year. So you already know how to overcome that. But
They also lost an offensive lineman to retirement too.
Yeah.
Center.
yeah, center. They still got a good offensive line. Still
Yeah.
got a solid offensive line. And you got crazy running backs. Jameer Gibbs is a beast. But all right, let's talk a little bit about the Bears. Okay. They open up home. Oh, I had it. Where's it at? Oh, I just had it up. That's tough. I lost it. There we go. They open up the season against the Vikings at home. So, and then they play on the road against the Lions. That's going to be a tough. That's 2 division games first 2 weeks of the season. Then week 6 they play at Washington. Ravens week 8. Bengals week 9. Oh my gosh. Philly week 13. San Francisco week 17. And then they end the season at home against the Lions.
Mhm. Open and close against division.
But they got way better this year.
Yeah,
They got way better this year compared to
Yeah.
last year.
offensive line's a lot better now. You got two.
on top
Go ahead.
on top of new coaching and what we saw a better Caleb Williams towards the end of the year.
Yeah. I mean, Caleb had, I think it was like 2 coordinators fired in one season, basically. And now you got Ben Johnson as the head coach.
So many weapons, so many more weapons. Loveland in the draft.
Loveland. Who was the wide receiver they drafted? Burden.
Yeah, Luther Burton, third.
You still got DJ Moore.
Still got him
You got a Dunze.
from last year. Yep.
Yeah. I told Jake this. He didn't realize it, but DeAndre Swift never finished lower than a running back 21 in fantasy football. And now bringing in Ben Johnson might be a little bit different. He could be pushing top 15.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So over under win total for the Bears this year, 8.5.
I'll go over. I'll give him 9.
Take the over.
9 if
Whoa,
we
no,
are
whoa.
lucky.
Whoa.
Why you feel that way, Donnie?
Let me run through the schedule again. I got it pulled up. Go ahead.
Yeah, they got. Yeah, I have it right here. They got at Bears. I mean, at Bears. Home against the Vikings. At Lions. Week 2. Week 3 is home against the Cowboys.
Lost.
At Raiders.
Probably.
I think they win that game.
Win. Right. Win.
I think they win that game.
Lost next week. Win the next week.
Yeah.
Loss. Oof,
That's
that
a
Giant.
win.
Bro, the Giants, I don't know.
That's a win. Trust
You
me.
sure? Dude,
at home.
I can't wait to talk about the Giants and y'all division. I can't wait. And then Vikings. Vikings at home though. I don't know. That's a toss up. And then Steelers. Loss.
Then you're at Philly after that. At Packers. Home against the Browns. They can win that game.
Okay,
Home
damn.
against
So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, 9. I don't know. I think I only counted maybe about maybe
8.
1, 2.
They might win one game they're not supposed to.
6. Maybe 7. Ooh, I don't know.
That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one.
That is.
You still gotta get that upgraded O line to gel.
To gel,
think the second
right.
half of the season will be stronger. That makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
That
like
makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I get that. Getting all these new pieces put together, Keenan
Young
Allen's not
guys.
there. Yeah, no, young guys now. Burton, DJ Moore, love they got some weapons, man. They just need that offensive line to get right. If they can get that offensive line right, they can
Give them
be nasty.
Give them 2-3 years. 2-3
Yeah.
years. They're doing it like the
All
Lions. They're doing it like the Lions.
Yeah. But all right. Oh, by the way, the same strength of schedule as the Lions. 0.571 tied for second hardest in the league. That's tough. All right. Next, we got the Packers. All right. Strength of schedule is 0.557. That's tied for fifth. Tied for fifth hardest. So they open up at home against the Lions and Washington. So you got Lions week 1 and then Washington week 2 at home. Then you got week 6, you got home against the Bengals. Week 10, you got home against the Eagles. Tough game week 15 at Denver. But then week 17, you're home against the Ravens.
Let me get a visual on this real quick, like I did.
Yeah. They're also They're also at Cowboys week 4. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They got a tough schedule, but at least all of these tough games they have outside of these division games are all at home. They're not traveling like I just talked about with the Bears and the Lions, where
Right.
they have to go to the Bengals. They have to go to shit. Lions have to go to Kansas City. They have to go to Philly. That's tough. Those two teams just played in the Super Bowl last year, and they didn't really lose a lot of people.
Hey, yeah, I could see him starting 3-0. I could see him starting 4-0.
I can
I
see them
could see
starting
it.
4-0.
Yeah,
The Packers.
But the Bengals when the Bengals come in, but well,
I can't remember who had said it, but I think it was sometime last year that Mike LaFleur is undefeated in September.
Mm, mm,
So
mm. That's
if that,
tough.
if that's
That's
true,
tough.
if that's
If
true,
that is true, that's tough.
take that into consideration when you're putting money down on Green Bay this season.
Hmm.
shit. Damn, I like that. Cause
Dang.
man, hey, yeah. I want to do the 1, 2, 3, 4, but it's coming. I know.
It's
That's
coming. We
coming.
about to do it.
I
We
know.
just going
I
over the
know.
teams real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming. 1, 2, 3, 4 is coming. But the Packers win total for this year over under 9.5 wins, same as the Bears. Oh no, the Bears were 8.5. Yeah, Bears were 8.5. They're 9.5. Y'all think they get 10 wins? If they start out 4-0, maybe 5-0 if they can get one against Cincinnati.
You're right. Hey.
You know what I mean? Like then you're 5 wins away for the rest of the season after that.
Yeah.
But it is a tough schedule. I mean, they do got some easy games. They play on the road against the Cardinals. Packers have to travel to the Steelers this year. Aaron Rodgers facing his old team.
Yeah.
And
He
then
does that
after
twice, I believe.
yeah, and then literally the next week after that, they're home against the Panthers. Panthers, I think they've gotten them better, but I don't know if they're good enough to beat them, at least not at this moment. Um, and then they end the year on the road against the Vikings. So big playoff implications going to be, I think, at the end of next
Yeah.
season. So what do y'all think on that over under though? 9.5. What do y'all think
For the
for the
Packers
Packers?
over.
Yeah, I like the
Yeah.
over on that also.
I'll go with the over on that one.
All right, next up we got the Vikings. Um, I don't know why. I've been hearing this so much recently. Donnie likes them for the under. You like them to go under 9.5. Donnie could be. I think they could win exactly right at 9. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I mean, the offense, you got to depend on the offense too. Like Christian Watson just can't stay healthy for a whole season.
Yeah, they did pick up Matthew Golden though in the draft,
Yeah.
so that was big. They needed that speed because Christian Watson's always fucking hurt.
I
Yeah.
want to say they
Like,
picked up a couple of wide receivers in the offseason, besides Matthew Golden too. I want to
Yeah.
say they had a couple of weapons.
I mean, they got wide receivers. I mean, the offense
Yeah,
is
they definitely have wide receivers, but
who's their running back over there?
Huh?
Who's the running back over there?
Josh Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Oh yeah, Jacobs. Then you got Jacobs running the ball too. That's good too. Damn. They do. They got a nice team also, man. That division is crazy, bro. That division is loaded with talent, bro. Loaded with talent. But all right, well, let's get on to these Vikings. Donnie here says he has the Vikings winning the division. Bruh, what is with all this crazy Vikings talk recently? I'm not understanding it, bruh. I'm really not. I do think they have a solid squad. I'm not saying that they don't have a good squad,
They
but
must
you
think
have. Go ahead, Deb. What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
they must think JJ must stand for Jesus or something.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Nobody has seen this guy play in a real.
Nobody.
We've seen him play preseason, but that's not against the number ones, and it's not against going full speed. Really, like these guys aren't really upgraded O line. Okay, on paper, like maybe, but their O line really wasn't all that bad last year. And that was with Sam Darnold having a career year. This man threw for over 4,000 yards.
And then turned into
The
fucking
Sam Darnold. Like,
he turned into Jet Sam Darnold at the last two games of the season.
I just don't see it, bro. I don't see it. Unless JJ comes in playing like CJ Stroud on his rookie season, I don't see it, bro. I just don't. I don't. Because what are you gonna do? How are you gonna utilize Justin Jefferson? You're gonna have to get him the ball. You can't just run. You got a good O line, and I'm not saying that JJ can't throw the ball, but he wasn't required to throw the ball that much at Michigan.
Who they got in the backfield?
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Jones, 33-year-old Aaron Jones, 32-year-old Aaron Jones, something like that.
32. Sounds about right.
Like I said, they do have an improved O line. I do agree that will help out to an extent. It will.
Yeah.
But I don't think their defense got better. They lost they lost to safety.
Yeah, to the coach. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know what's up with their corner situation.
I think they need a corner.
O'Connor's the QB whisperer. I mean, he may be, but how can you whisper to a guy who was in rehab last year?
Yeah,
I'm trying to figure out how.
The hollow whisper.
Yeah, he was whispering through a can, like the old school can with the thread through it. Listen, yeah, the string, just in the other room.
Oh man.
We will see. No, I do agree with that. I do agree with this is all prediction. My prediction is they end up last in this division. my prediction is they come up last in this division. You got this guy starting for the first time against this. Oh, by the way, Vikings strength of schedule.
That's
as we talked about, Vikings strength of schedule for this season is 0.557, tied for fifth, the same as the Packers. So you have basically a rookie guy coming into play. Bears week 1, already starting off not at home. Then you got to go you're at home against the Bengals week 3, Pittsburgh week 4. You do play Philly at home, and coming off a bye. So you got some reprieve there. Then next week, you're in Los Angeles against the Chargers. Week 10, you're at home against the Ravens. Week 15 at Dallas. And then you're home the last 2 weeks of the season against the Lions, and then you end with the Packers.
That Philly game's going to be tough.
That's what I'm saying. They do not have an easy schedule. And on top of that, the Vegas over-under for them is 8.5 wins. I don't see it. Yeah, I think they're getting under that. I think they win about 6 to 7 games.
That's fair. I'll go with 7. I'll go 7.
I think that they're going to have the biggest fall off because they won 14 last year, and they're probably only going to win 6, 7, maybe 8 games. This is a very tough schedule going against very good football teams.
I mean, for all we know, JJ could be having a bad game, and then the defense, helps him win the game. There could be games where they're not supposed to win, they end up winning.
And they could. I mean, the one reprieve that they do have is that Kevin O'Connell with them as coach, they've won so many close games. Like all
Yeah,
these close games that they get in, they seem to find a way to win them.
yeah. I mean, there's no coaching change. You still got Brian Flores as the DC.
I don't know. I think they end up last in this division this year. I think the Bears are going to be. To be honest with you, I don't think there's going to be much change in this division as from last year, outside of the Vikings dropping so hard. Sam Darnold, whether he be not the best quarterback we've seen, is still a what 7, 8 year pro, maybe
Yeah.
9 years. We're talking about a guy playing the most important position on the football field, going up against a very tough schedule in his first season, and you don't even get the first week at home to build that confidence. Then you're playing a division rival on the road. I mean, maybe if they win that game and they can get some confidence instilled in him early, maybe they can get the ball rolling.
Yeah.
Do you think they risk it playing him in the preseason?
No.
They
I
have
mean,
to play him some.
You gotta play
If
him a
he go-
little bit, but
Yeah,
like
if he goes in there on no kind of game speed like practice, then I don't know if that'll be good. He's gonna be really rusty.
they'll probably work him in like how they normally do with starters and shit like that. He'll probably play like a snap or two in the
He'll play
preseason.
like a drive or two. That's what he'll do. He'll do like a drive or two, and then
Week
sit
4, he'll
him.
probably get a whole quarter. Not week 4. Yeah. I think isn't it? No, it's 3 now, huh?
But like I just said, Johnny, Darnold was not only a number 3 overall pick, but he's also an 8 to 9 year pro already. He's seen a lot. He's been in this league a while. JJ hasn't seen shit. Like he has not stepped on a football field when it matters. He's played in the preseason, but he has not stepped on a football field when it matters against top tier division, tier talent. He's playing the 2s and the 3s and that type of shit.
What was it? The Jets, and then Darnold backed up behind what Baker Mayfield, I believe, whenever he had his Rams tenure, and then the 49ers, and then he had his year with the thing.
That's not just. I'm not trying to shit on Kevin O'Connell. I do think Kevin O'Connell is a great coach. I'm just saying, so many because we've seen C.J. Stroud recently, because we've seen Jaden Daniels recently. Everybody's thinking that these new guys that are going to come in, everybody has high expectations now for these guys. They're so high.
Yeah.
I'm telling y'all now, don't get your expectations so high on new quarterbacks coming in because you never know with these guys. I didn't get to see it a lot at Michigan. Michigan was run the football, play defense. JJ has 1 year learning the system. Learning the system is one thing. You can learn the system, but not be ready for the talent that's on the field. It's a big jump from the NFL than it is to college. It's way different game speed. And the talent level, when you got to go against a whole bunch of first, second, and third round picks, compared to when you're in college and you may only have to face 1 or 2 on the line. Now everybody on the line's like that. You got guys who have worked for a long time to make it maybe in the secondary, scratching and clawing, going team to team. Guys who have been there. It's different. That's why I like the NFL so much more than college. The talent level, you can see the talent level on a week-to-week basis when you watch games on Saturdays and then when you watch games on Sundays. I understand that, but a lot of the stuff that Harbaugh does, and everybody knows this, is running the football. Play action, working off of that. They're going to have to try to run the football with him. He wasn't asked a lot at Michigan to just 5-step drop, pass the ball. I'm not saying that he can't do that at all. I'm not even trying to shit on JJ McCarthy. I'm just saying I never set my expectations high for rookie QBs. because I've seen Jane Daniels and it's nice, it's beautiful, but I've also seen Josh Rosen. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Somebody's fucking barbecuing. It's making me hungry.
Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. Anyway, enough of that. Anyway, how do y'all see this division going? How y'all see this division going? Me personally, I got, I think the Lions repeat and they win the division again. I like the Bears coming in second. No, I take that back. I like the Packers coming in second. I like the Packers coming in second. Yeah. Yeah, let's go Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings.
I got Vikings, Bears, Lions, Packers.
Oh, you got Packers winning the division.
I
Okay,
think
that's
Packers. I think Packers make the jump because of the combination of okay, yes, loss of two coaches, not that big of a deal, but with not, I don't think not making any many moves wasn't the right necessary move. I just think Packers made a lot of moves to give Jordan Love a lot more weapons and that defense over there in Green Bay, re-signing that linebacker, picking up another cornerback to replace Jair Alexander um, in the first round. I just think they made a lot of moves to make that jump. So
Donnie's got Vikings, Lions, Bears, Packers. He thinks the Packers do the opposite.
mm, mm, mm.
It's okay. I got the Vikings doing the opposite.
I kind of agree with Donnie. Just swap the Lions and the Vikings.
Oh, so you got Lions. You got it almost the same as last year, except you
Yeah,
swapping the Bears and the Packers. You got
yeah,
Vikings. You got Lions, Vikings, Bears, Packers.
yeah.
Okay, that's not too bad. I just don't think though. Even if the Vikings come in second, I don't see them winning this division this year.
No, that's
I could
fair.
be wrong about the last place, but I definitely don't see them winning the division. I don't. That's such high expectations to put on a kid who's never taken a real snap in the NFL. That's crazy work. You know who said that shit? They said that about Caleb Williams too, and I hated it. Oh, we got this great team. All these people. Look at this. This is amazing. And then what happened? They fell on their fucking faces. I'm sorry, they did. And you know what they got? The exact same amount of wins as I think the Vikings are going to get this year. I don't think it's a knock on Kevin O'Connell. I don't. I don't think it's a knock on Kevin O'Connell. I think it's more of a boast in how great this division is. Because if any of these other teams were bad, I would have them above them. But none of these teams are really. Bears got better. Packers got a little bit better. At least in my opinion, they did. I do think they got a little bit worse on defense. I do think they got a little bit worse on defense. But and then the Lions, they lost some coaching, but they're getting a whole bunch more talent back than what they had last year, going at the end of the season. Bears were bad before Caleb. How do you think they got him? I mean, yeah, they got him in a trade because they gave up the first overall pick the season before, and then the Panthers were so bad that they got it back again. But even before they had Caleb, they were the 10th pick in that draft, outside of being number one. That's how they got
Yeah,
Roma Doomsday.
yeah.
Didn't they get Roma Doomsday
Oh,
then,
yeah,
or
yeah.
what was that? Another guy.
No, I
No,
think
they got Roma Tuesday.
So I mean, I know they were bad before, but I think the coaching is what's going to help them. That's in my opinion. That's what I think. Ben Johnson coming there is going to get that team playing much better than they did last year. And I know because he's an offensive guru himself, and I know a lot of people have talked about that. But But yeah, it's going to be interesting. Vikings won 14 division in a touch. Yeah, with a fourth place schedule. The schedule wasn't as hard as it is this year. That's what I'm trying to say. The schedule's harder than it was last year. You got a new QB starting. I don't see how the expectations can be so high. I really don't. With a tougher schedule than what you played last season and a brand new quarterback, not a veteran coming in like you did with Sam Darnold, a brand new quarterback.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna knock down because he sounded like a similar Saints fan being optimistic about his team, bro.
You know what's funny? Isn't he a Bears fan?
Donnie's a Bears fan.
Yeah, he's a Bears fan. That's what I'm saying. He's a Bears fan saying this. That's crazy. That's why I'm not understanding the logic here.
Me and Jake playing Donnie's fantasy league every year.
All right.
But all right, well, don't shoot.
That's what a twist.
What the twist? That's great. But all right, well, let's move it on then. Next up, I want to talk about top 5 fantasy QBs for going into next season. We're gonna break down some positions go leading into the season to see where everybody's mind's at. I guess you can kind of see where my head's at also, Devin, because I play in a league with Devin every year also. But all right, well, I'll let y'all go first because I've been speaking this whole time.
You can go, Dev.
Yeah, Dev, who you got? Give me your top 5. Give me your top 5 fantasy QBs going into the season.
All right. Well, at first, I had at number 1 Joe Burrow, just because of the fact that Jamar Chase, T. Higgs coming back on major contracts, but I'm switching it up to Jaden Daniels.
Oh, Jaden Daniels taking the number 1 slot. Okay.
Because of the fact that Terry McLaurin, you add Scary Terry. Keep Scary Terry. Plus, you add Debo Samuel, and his ability to run the ball. Michael Gallup, and the veteran, Michael Gallup, and the ability to just run the ball. His ability to just be able to just go.
Mm-hmm. Makes great decisions.
Yeah, so I got Jaden Daniels at 1. But go ahead and go with Joe Burrow at number 2. Number 3, Lamar Jackson. 4, Pat Mahomes. 5, Josh Allen.
Okay.
I yes, I seen the sophomore jinx, and yes, I kind of do believe in sophomore jinxes, but it's gonna blow over. It's gonna blow over.
It's gonna blow over.
It's gonna blow over.
All right. Well, Jared, tell me who you got as your top 5.
Top 5 for me this year. Josh Allen's gonna be number 1. Josh is just gonna do what he's gonna do. Just won MVP last year. You look what he did. Literally in one game, he had a passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. Like, shit was nuts. 2, I'm gonna go with Lamar. Simply because Lamar is gonna do Lamar things. 3, I'm gonna put Burrow because they signed T, signed Jamar. Chase Brown's coming out. Don't really remember who the tight end is.
I got him in my fantasy, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Burrow at 3. 4 is what I'm gonna put Jaden at. Not saying because he's gonna fall off a little bit, but just the people he's competing with this year. And then 5, Baker. I think Baker comes in at 5. You look at his offense that he's got right now with Mike and Chris Godwin, just drafted Ibuka. Even though they just drafted a wide receiver last year, the backfield's not too bad with White and what's his name, Bucky Irvin.
Bucky,
K. Dotton's coming in with as a tight end, and Baker's got every offensive coordinator he's had so far a head coaching job.
Mm.
So I mean, yeah, I had Baker on fantasy last year. He finished in the top 3, top 4, I believe. So I'm gonna slide him at 5.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not a bad list. That's not a bad list. For my top 5, I agree, Devin. Jaden Daniels is number 1. Jaden Daniels is going to be number 1. The entirety of the offense runs through that man. They are going to utilize the run game as much, and if they do utilize it, they're going to utilize it through the pass screen game. That's how they're going to do it. So he's still going to get points on those. His ability to run the ball is crazy. Jaden Daniels is going to be number 1 next year. I promise you. Especially after last season. After last season, he's going to be even more prepared for what he's seeing coming into this year. He's going to be number 1. I
Is it
definitely
me
agree.
or is Jacob talking like he's a Commanders fan right now?
Nah, bro.
maybe his dad rubbing off on him.
Nah, man. I told y'all pre-drafts when the season was still going on. I've been saying it since I've seen that man step foot at LSU. Jaden Daniels is going to be a goat, bro. I was so mad when we won those games at the end of the season and lost the top 5, lost the top 3 picks, bro. And Washington slid in there at 2. I was like, oh my God, bro, now I got to watch him play at Washington for the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was so upset, bro. He's a GOAT. The man is a GOAT already. I don't care. He's crazy. Number 2, Lamar Jackson, bro. It's just like Jaden Daniels, except I think he's going to be. I mean, he's got Derrick Henry, so they're going to give Derrick Henry the football. He's going to have to split that. Yeah. You just added D Hop. They're going to split some of that that off of him. Number 3, Josh Allen, because just like them, the entirety of the offense is going to run through Josh Allen. Now, James Cook will steal some touchdowns at the goal line and get some carries as well, but I do like him to still be getting touchdowns, running the football, and throwing the football. And, that 6 point compared to 4 points is big. Number 4, I got Joe Burrow. We talked about. He gets Jamar Chase coming off a Triple Crown year. Now he's not going to get you the running aspect of it, but he performs so well throwing the football. It kind of makes up for that. He can have a game where he throws 350, 400 yards and 3 touchdowns. We've seen that.
And that just goes into Cincinnati's defense just being completely cheeks because they're going to get
They're so bad. Cincinnati's defense is so bad.
And they won't
Chase Brown coming off of an injury.
What's that?
I said plus Chase Brown coming off of an injury as well.
Yeah. Plus Chase Brown off of an injury. And then number 5, you got to put Jalen Hurts in there. Jalen Hurts, he's going to get the goal line touchdowns. Now he's not going to perform really well throwing the ball, and he'll get you some yards running. But I think it's the goal line touchdowns with the tush push and all that stuff where he's going to be able to excel. I do think somebody who's going to be fighting him for that 5th position though is going to be Matt Stafford.
I was about to say Matt Stafford 6 for me. Because if you look at what he's got now, he's got Puka. They let Cup go, but they signed.
They got Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Right, you still got Kyron Williams in the backfield, and your head coach is the offensive-minded coordinator, basically.
Oh, it's not like Allen doesn't steal from Cooks. Allen definitely steals from Cooks. He definitely does. But that's why I got him at 3 because he's relied upon more. With Jalen Hurts at 5, you got Saquon coming off a 2,000-yard season. He went fucking crazy last year.
They're definitely doing a tush push week 1.
Oh yeah, no, easily, especially after what happened this offseason.
Right. Yeah. They're gonna rub it in
So
their faces. Yeah.
Oh, easily.
yeah, so well, that's our little top five list for the QBs. All right. Well, since we got a little bit of time, we'll talk a little bit about uh who we believe the worst division is going to be. Before that though, quick question, y'all. Who's gonna be number one pick in the draft next year?
Oh,
It's gonna probably be a quarterback.
Garrett Nussmeier.
No, I think Donnie was asking like
Yeah, Donnie asked who's gonna
who's
be.
the team? What team's going to have the number one
Oh,
pick? Yeah,
oh,
what team's going to have the number one pick in the draft next year? I
I
already
know where
know who it is
I
for
know where
me.
you're going, Jacob. I know where Jacob's
Yeah,
going.
yeah, you already know who I think it is.
Go ahead,
that's a
Devin.
good question. Wait. That's a good question.
I mean, there's really only three teams you could think of.
The Col- no, not the Colts.
Yes? What?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm on the right track.
Yeah, like Browns, bad teams, Titans, team, or rookie QB. You don't know what Cam Ward's going to be.
Not. I think. Oh, well, they're in the same division. I gotta go with Colts because you seen Anthony Richardson, man. Fucking was in
Oh
the
yeah,
Browns.
I will say that. Yeah, I didn't even think of it. The Colts could be a top five pick next year. The Colts could definitely be a top five pick next year. That's a good one. I do agree with that. And unless they switch
But,
out Anthony Richardson, what's that?
well, I mean, Danny Dimes been supposedly he's getting
Oh,
starting
yeah,
reps.
that's right. That's the backup. Oh my
Oh, Danny Don.
god, Danny Dimes, the backup at the Colts.
Technically, he's already lost his job in practice. I've been seeing
Who?
I've
Anthony
been,
Richardson?
yeah, I've been seeing things about Danny Dimes and getting like starting reps and shit. I'm like, bruh.
I mean,
Hey, hey,
you know
that
what
boy
you.
Daniel Jones is the new Kirk Cousins, man. It's just not as good.
It's just with the Browns. I mean, with the Colts, you know what you got in the Danny Dimes. You know what you got in Anthony Richardson. You don't know what you have on the Cleveland Browns with Dylan Gabriel or
Gonna
something.
give Anshador.
Right.
Anshador, yeah.
So
Colts could be
That would,
sellers at trade deadline and just kind of like tank from there. Yeah, I can
that
definitely
would,
see
that,
that.
that would be interesting.
I can definitely see that. Definitely see
I'm
that. Who you got,
I'm gonna
Jared?
go. I'm gonna go New Orleans.
It's definitely New Orleans. Thank you, sir. Devin didn't want to admit it because it's its own team, but it is definitely New Orleans. I'm sorry to tell you. I wish I could shout it out the window right now so that everybody could hear me. New Orleans is getting the number one pick next year. They have nobody, no quarterback, no offensive line. They have a good running back, but they have no wide receiving core. Their defense is terrible. They have no cornerbacks, no safeties outside of Tyrann Mathieu, who's also 31, 32 years old, kind of old on the side for his safety. They have no linebackers outside of what's his name? Davis, I think he's still there. Is he still there?
Yeah.
But he's also old as shit. DeAndre Jordan, old as shit. You don't have nobody. The team is terrible. Who's your head coach? Who's your head coach? Kellen Moore? Somebody who's never been the head coach before ever?
Devin, he's been holding this back for a few weeks now.
I can
Yeah,
tell.
bro.
I can
Yeah,
tell.
bro. Because I've really been seeing things about people saying the Giants are going to be the worst team in the league this year, all because we have a hard schedule and what we have. That's horseshit, bro. I'm sorry. We at least have some talent on the defensive side. What's the Saints' identity? Nobody knows. The coach doesn't know. The fans don't know. The GM who's got the talent of all the players, he doesn't fucking know either. Nobody knows because nobody has seen this team at all. They're young as shit on one side of the offense, and on the defensive side, they're old as hell. Sorry, Dev. Sorry. It's going to be New
I
Orleans.
I don't. I disagree with you. I
I bet
disagree
you
with
do.
you.
I bet you do.
Devin
I
said, "I'm
mean,
gonna
Hold
disagree."
on. Devin, convince me why. I want to hear the reason why you think. Give me some solid piece of evidence that will really convince me to think that y'all will win any more than 3 games this year.
I'm gonna give you more. I'm gonna give you on the quarterback situation. We're battling at the quarterback situation with Shuck and Rattler. On the offensive line side, we have that rookie Calvin Banks that we drafted in the first round, who was an 4-year starter for Texas in the SEC, and who won that trophy for whatever the best offensive line trophy is for.
He was arguably the number one left tackle in the class.
Correct. Right next to him at left guard is going to be God damn it. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Because we moved Fuaga back to his natural position at right guard, Ruiz at right tackle, and then center. Yeah, I know Ruiz ain't shit, but
No. What Donnie said. He said he's talking to a Bears fan, a Patriots fan, and a Giants fan. It's okay. Hey,
I mean
hey,
he
I get
he
to I
said
get to say it the most because my team has picked higher than y'all's team in every single draft, except the one last year. Over the past 5 years, I've picked higher than all of y'all.
This is true.
I mean he said convinced them, and then with divisions, you got to look at divisions as well. I mean, look at who
I
we
do,
all have
but the
as
Panthers
division as
got
well.
better. The
The
Panthers got
Pan-
better. Atlanta, I think, got a little
they
bit
got
better,
be- they
especially
got.
offensive line and defense.
I'm
They
not
got
gonna
their
lie.
pass rusher.
I think Atlanta may win the division. I know people are on
I think it's
Buccaneers,
going down.
Tampa Bay,
Yeah, I was going to say Tampa or
but
Atlanta.
I think Atlanta might win the division. Penix might come out and fucking start shooting fucking, and then you got Bijan fucking Robinson with
Bijan's crazy.
I think Kyle Pitts is gonna step it up with
I'll tell you right now, if you don't step up, he's out.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
Jared
is
was
his
telling
last
me.
year. One more
Yeah,
year,
Jared was
he's
telling me
gone.
that there's been talks that Miami might actually trade for him.
That was before Darren Waller.
Oh, that was before the Darren Waller thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. Oh yeah, forgot to bring that up. Darren Waller comes out of rap retirement, whatever career he did have. Um, I mean, football retirement from his rap career to play on a 1 year deal for 6 million with the Dolphins, who got traded because the Giants had the rights to him. They gave him a 2026 sixth round pick.
Somebody said Kelsey's Plum's bank account's looking a little low, so that's why Darren had to come out of
Yeah,
retirement.
yeah, it probably is. But Dev, I do agree with you on one aspect. Maybe your offensive line will be a little bit better, but
Trevor
there's
Penning to right tackle, move him to the guard position since he was so terrible. Try him out at the guard position, and then you bring McCoy back for the center position.
well, but I just don't know how y'all are gonna do it. But I do agree. There's possibility with the division talk because Carolina still isn't great. I think they'll be better than they were last year. Bryce Young was coming on strong at the end of the season. Then you add Tet and a
You
few
say,
other
you
guys.
say who do we have else at safety? We added Justin Reed from the Chiefs. We Kool-Aid McKinstry, and we know he's
Isn't
not.
Justin Reed like 30?
I don't know.
You got an old safety combo.
30.
They almost need
Maybe.
walkers back there.
Hey. How old are you?
Older than you.
All right.
But I don't play football. I don't give hits and tickets for a living.
But they train all day and every day for a
Hey,
living.
hey, you
But
go into you go through 1,000 car wrecks a year. Eventually, the car's gonna run out.
Yeah.
I promise you.
yeah, I just like I was telling Donnie the other earlier, just optimism. It's just optimism. That's all.
See, from a fan's perspective, it's called optimism. From somebody who's not a fan, it's called delusion.
Delusion. Mhm. I know.
But all right, well, we're gonna end it up on one last topic here. When we're talking about the divisions, what division do y'all think is going to be the worst division this year? Now there may be like one team that might show out, but I don't think there's a division out there where every single team's going to be not that great like it was last year with the West. I think the 49ers will be better. I think the Rams will be better. Cardinals may be better, but it's not.
Mm.
It's still a toss up with them. Seattle, I think, will be probably around the same as they were last year.
Cardinals got a little bit better.
But I mean, in my opinion, it's the AFC South. Unless they prove me wrong with the new draft picks, because I mean, you did get Travis Hunter over there at the Jags now. I do think that's an improvement, especially for your secondary. Uh, and then you got the Colts. We just talked about them. And then you got Tennessee, who's starting a new QB, new head coach, new a lot of everything. You know what I mean? And then you got Houston, who's coming off an injury-riddled season with a lot of people.
Yep.
There's a lot more higher expectations for Houston, I think, than anywhere else in that division. But to me, that's still the worst division in football. Because all those teams, I believe, and I don't get me wrong, any team can be beat any Sunday. But I mean, we know there's favorites and all this and that. And I believe that if any of those teams goes against almost any other team in the NFL besides a select handful, they would be the underdogs in every single one of those games.
I'm gonna have to agree with you.
Yeah, I
AFC South.
was. Yeah, go ahead, then.
No, you can go ahead. Go.
I was gonna say I was at first I was gonna say the NFC South, but I kind of agree with the AFC South.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are still good. We just
Atlanta.
talked about Atlanta. You
Yeah.
know, I think they got better.
Carolina got better as well.
Carolina got better, and that's why I believe the Saints are going to be
Eagles, Washington, Cowboys.
Yeah. Hey, I don't disagree with that, but the talent level of the teams. In fact, the Giants played the Saints this year, Dev. I'll tell
Let's
you,
go.
I'll tell
Let's
you,
go. Let's go.
I'm going. I'm
You
going.
going?
I'm going.
You going?
You know I'm going.
It's all three go.
And you know what the crazy thing is? You know what day they play?
Huh.
Day before my birthday, week 5, October 5th.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to go to New
Yeah,
England.
I'm definitely going to the game.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. But all right, well, if that's the case, then AFC South is what we will be discussing next week and how shitty these teams are. It's good to be back, man.
Yep.
It's good to get a show in. I miss doing this. Football's right around the corner. Every week we're
Yeah.
going to go over a new division, give our predictions on it, and then week before the season starts, or the week of the season starting, we will be going over playoff predictions, Super Bowl predictions, MVP predictions, stuff like that. So, and then I don't know about y'all, but I'll also be putting up a division bet winning and win total over under bet for future bets. But we appreciate everybody joining. Appreciate the conversation. Appreciate the talk. We'll be back next week, and looking forward to the new NFL season. There y'all. Appreciate it.
All right.
Later.